Visual, foggy streets of London, echoing bell chimes, footsteps on wet stones. Narrator, slow, eerie tone. In the heart of London, hidden among ancient buildings and flickering lamps, there is a courtroom almost no one dares to enter. Its doors only open for the strangest of cases. And today is such a day. This is a story few believe, a story that chills the blood. The story of a trial, of a man who was already dead. Title screen, The Trial of Lord Nevermore in Gothic font, shadow of a man in a top hat. They said he died long ago. Lord Edgar Algernon Nevermore, a name lost in dust. He was buried in 1821 in the family crypt. But then, he came back. People saw him, at Charing Cross, near the Thames, standing in the mist outside his old home. He looked the same, no older, pale skin, dark coat, eyes like two empty wells. He didn't speak, he only stared, and vanished. Then came the murder. Sir William Decker, a former business partner of Lord Nevermore, was found dead in his office. On his chest, a black rose and an old visiting card. With respect, Nevermore. The police didn't believe in ghosts, but the evidence was real. A glove was found at the crime scene. It had the Nevermore family crest. Witnesses described a man, tall, silent, wearing a top hat, exactly like old paintings of Lord Nevermore. They found him sitting by the fire in his abandoned manor. He didn't run. He looked up and smiled. When the officer said, "You are under arrest for murder," he calmly replied, "I've stood trial before. You'll forget again." Courtroom number 7 had not opened in years. That morning, the doors creaked and the dust stirred. Judge Hargreaves entered, pale, uneasy. He looked at the man in front of him, a man who should be long dead. "State your name," the judge ordered. "Lord Edgar Algernon Nevermore," the man said softly, clearly. The crowd whispered. People felt cold, not just in the room, but inside their bones. The prosecutor began. The black rose, the glove, the calling card, all the evidence pointed to one man, a man who should not exist. "You're saying this man died 100 years ago?" the judge asked. "No, Your Honor," the prosecutor answered. "I'm saying he died, but he is still here." The first witness was an old housemaid, Mrs. Appleton. Her hands trembled. "I saw him in the mirror," she said. "Behind me. I was alone. But he was smiling." Next came the family butler. He looked haunted. "That night, I heard a door open, one that hasn't been touched in decades. I followed the muddy footprints to the library, and then he stepped out of the shadows." Each witness said the same. They saw him. He was there, and he had not aged a day. One woman whispered, "His eyes didn't just see me. They saw through me, like I wasn't alone." On the 4th day, a historian, Dr. Wainwright, took the stand. He had found something in the Nevermore archives, an old journal written by Edgar himself. In it, one line stood out: "I have found a way to cheat death, but others will pay the price." It was dated the day before his death in 1821. When the line was read aloud in court, candles flickered. Some claimed they saw a shadow move on the wall, though no one was there. The defense lawyer asked to dismiss the case, calling it a farce against the natural world. But the judge denied it. The trial continued. The night before the final hearing, London was soaked in darkness. Heavy rain, no stars, no moon. Only the guards stayed behind. Lord Nevermore sat in his cell, staring at the wall. One guard later swore he saw a shadow stretch from the corner of the room, thin and long. It reached toward the bars. The metal began to creak. Then, a whisper. "Tomorrow it ends, or begins." The guard ran. They found him the next morning, rocking on the floor, whispering, "They're coming for him, and for us." That morning, the courtroom was full. The judge was pale. The jury waited. All expected Lord Nevermore's final statement. But when the guards opened the cell, it was empty. No signs of escape, no broken locks, only a note, faded, ancient ink. "Court is not for the dead. And you knew that. I've gone where you will not follow." The trial was cancelled. People left in silence. Judge Hargreaves retired that same week. The prosecutor vanished 2 months later. The defense attorney was found near the Thames whispering, "He was right. This isn't our trial. The case of Lord Nevermore was never closed. Some say he was a spirit, others say a curse. But in the courtroom where it all happened, one candle refuses to stay lit. It dies every time. Every year, on the trial's anniversary, someone leaves a single black rose at the door and a card. With respect, Nevermore. So who was he? A man? A shadow? A warning? No one knows. But remember, not all trials end. Some continue after death, fade to black, whispering voice over silence. Sometimes, a courtroom is just a door, and you don't know what's on the other side. Footsteps fade out,